Hi guys, Ange here. Thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. In today's video I am going to show you this great little palette that I got from Couture, the Supreme Nudes eyeshadow palette. This is the first time that I have ever bought anything from this makeup brand, so if you would like to see how I created this look and more about this palette, please keep watching. Now before we get into the video guys, I'd just like to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a friendly space where I like to share beauty tips and reviews that is aimed at the more mature woman, because I strongly believe that we can still be fab over 50. If that sounds like you, please don't hesitate to click the subscribe button down below. I would love to see you back, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would truly help me out. Now, as I said, this is the first time I have ever purchased anything from the brand Couture. And Couture is a makeup brand that was started by this man here, Angel, otherwise known as Mac Daddy. As I said, I have never purchased anything from this brand before, but when I saw this palette be advertised, it really drew me in. This is such a sleek, beautiful palette, so stylish. It's in plastic, it's super thin, it has beveled edges to give it that sophistication, and the writing on it is in gold. You open it up and it has a beautiful high quality mirror in here, and then the shades that are in this palette are just beautiful. They are rich, they are warm, they are pigmented, and they are a mix of mattes and metallics and shimmers. When I created the look that I'm wearing now, it was the first time that I had used this palette, and I have to say I found the shadows to be very pigmented, smooth, easy to blend, and I just really enjoyed them. I have to say I am really pleased to have got my hands on this beautiful palette, because I have an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that I absolutely love, and it was limited edition and you cannot get your hands on this anymore, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and the collaboration with Mario, Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. And when I did receive this palette, I thought that it had some similarities to the Mario palette. Now they're not identical, but they are very similar in tones and shades, and I think you could get very similar looks using both of these palettes. So if you really love the Anastasia Mario palette, but maybe you didn't get it, or you've gone through it and you can't replace it because it was limited edition, I do think that this Couture palette is a great second option for the Mario palette. I also pulled out another Anastasia palette that I thought was a little bit reminiscent. It is not as close as the Mario palette, but this palette that I've pulled out is the Soft Glam, and it has more of the pinky tones in it, but side by side I think you can still get similar, not the same, similar sort of eye looks using the Soft Glam palette, as well as there are some similar shades that are reflective in the Couture palette. So as the Mario and the Soft Glam palettes are both favourites of mine, it's no wonder that I have absolutely enjoyed cracking open this Supreme Nudes palette. So I'm really happy that I have this. Now in the collection there are also some Silk Cream lipsticks. They retail for $18 each, and this eyeshadow palette here retails for $40, and that is US dollars. These products are available on the artistcouture.com website, and they do ship internationally, and I do have to say it was one of the quickest deliveries that I've had from an international supplier for me, ordering from the United States and getting it here in New Zealand. And I do have to say I ordered it just before everything locked down, and I still received it in quite a timely fashion, so I'm really impressed with that. So here are the swatches of this beautiful palette. The colours from left to right are Exposed, a matte soft creamy beige, Transcend, a matte warm brown, Opulence, copper with multi-dimensional gold reflex, Nudist, a matte soft peachy nude, Stripped, a matte neutral beige, Lavish, antique gold with multi-dimensional gold reflex, Bronziana, metallic bronze, Aesthetic, matte deep terracotta, Silhouette, matte soft taupe, Eccentric, matte dirty mustard, Supreme, deep olive with multi-dimensional gold pearls, and Mink, a matte deep cool brown. I'd also like to point out that this palette is oil free, paraben free, sulfate free, vegan and cruelty free. So if that sounds like you and you like cruelty free makeup, I think this is a superb eyeshadow palette to add to your collection. And in saying that, I am by no means suggesting you go out and waste your money on makeup at the moment. I know that I've been put on a very strict limited sort of no buy situation. I need to be very thoughtful about that because times are tough, income is tenuous, and jobs are very much hanging in the balance here, and I'm sure it will be all over the world. So spending on such items at the moment may not be everyone's priority. So I am just getting in with this palette because I did order it before the world had this big upheaval, and I did want to share it with you. And so without further ado, guys, let's see how I created this eyeshadow look using this palette. So I'm just going to add some Too Faced Shadow Insurance to my eyelids as an eye primer. And just taking a Zoeva concealer buffer brush and just popping that on my eyes. And we're going to go in with this darling little palette, and I'm going to take this shade here first, which is Exposed. I'm going to take that with a random old brush I have that I just don't think you can get anymore, but a big fluffy brush, taking Exposed and then just popping that all over the eyelid. Lash to brow to set that primer. Now this is my first time using this palette, but I think I might be drawn to the greens today. I'm actually going to go in with the shade Eccentric, and I'm going to take I might take something a little bit more, the tapered blending brush by Sigma, the E35, and that shade Eccentric, and I'm just going to tap that in the outer corner of my eye. And I think I'll use the wonderful mirror that's in this palette to see what I'm doing. And just buffing that in the outer corner. in small circular motions, and then blending up and towards the center of the inner corner. Using the circular motions right across. This might take a little bit more of that, adding that into the outer corner again. And blending that forward. I'm just taking it down into the inner portion of my eye there. Now I'm going to go in with the colour Nudist, and I'm just going to buff that in above that colour that we've just put on, just to blend it as a transition shade. Definitely don't need much of that, that's quite pigmented. I'm going to go in with a Wayne Goss number 20 brush, and I'm going to take this warm brown colour here, Aesthetic, and I am just going to tap that in the outer corner. And blending it inward. Then I'm going to take it again, and I'm going to pop that just in the inner portion of my eye, and blending up towards where we blended that first colour in towards the inner corner, and just little circular motions, try and blend that softly in towards the inner middle of the eyelid. Tapping it in the outside again. Circular motions whilst giving it some shape to the outer corner as well, and then I'm going to join that up in the crease with the inner portion of the eye, all the time blending so that doesn't look like harsh lines, just blending and meeting those colours together. Now I haven't had to add a lot of extra colour because these are quite pigmented shadows, and I'm just blending with what I have on the eye and what's left on the brush. Okay, I'm going to go back in with my R37 brush and take that colour Nudist again, and just soften and blend the edge to that colour we've just used, blending it up, softening up that line. Just want it a bit more blown out rather than harsh lines. Okay, now I was going to try this green, but I think I might go in with this colour here, Lavish, with a flat shader brush, and then just pop that in the centre of the eye. And I haven't used any concealer or any other product to make this stand out more. This is doing it all on its own. It looks more like a greeny gold in the palette, but it is definitely showing up as just straight gold on my eye. But it is such a pretty colour. Just go in with a little bit more of that aesthetic colour and join these two areas together with that more. I can see I'm going to have to play with this a lot more. I think I can get lots of different looks from this palette. Over the next few days I think I might just play with that and put some quick tutorials up whilst I have all this free time, and it will do my soul the world of good, because I've been very naughty and having the odd schlepping day and just have had the, I have a word for it but I can't really say that on camera. I've had the just not been in the mood for anything, so this is a good way to make sure you are. I'm going to go in with this darker brown mink and just deepen up the very outer corner of my eye using that. And the very inner, just slightly. To the very outer. Just add a little bit in the inner, like so. And because I've gone and used the brush I was using before, I'll go back in with my first blending brush and let's blend that together. Taking that brush again to just add in there. What a beautiful, rich, dark brown this is. Stunning. I've been very pleased with my neutral palettes I've got lately. I can just see them being go-to eyeshadows. Going back in with Eccentric, which is more of a mustardy colour, just to give some depth up the top here. Doesn't look like it starts and finishes. And I'm just going to, with the darker mink shade, just very lightly with a very small amount, and join those two areas. This wasn't what I was intending to do, but I think by blending all those shades together, just blending, 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 blending. Using the same Wayne Goss number 20 brush, I'm going to take the colour Transcend and just add that under my eye. Taking care to lift up my eyelid to get all the white gaps and blank space in there. I'm just going to take an Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush and take that mink and then just get in the very outer corner of the eye, blending it to the outer, joining it up with the mink that's already there. I'm going to go in with this gel liner from Colourpop, Call Me. Now some of these pencils are really pigmented and creamy and go on really well, and some aren't so hot, so that's not too bad. I'll put that on the waterline top and bottom. And then I'm also going to use this to do a really thin line along my lash line. Just doing little dashes along the lash line. To lightly line along the lash line at the top. Just okay, I'm going to take a very little pointy pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with the colour Exposed and just pop that in the inner corner. Quickly use some MAC Extended Play Giga Black mascara and on my bottom lashes. Okay guys, so that is the finished look using the Artist Couture Supreme Nudes eyeshadow palette. That is my first play with this palette, and I am really hoping I can create some more other looks over the next few days, and I think I'll just post them up as really quick videos. I may as well while I have time on my hands. I must admit it's a little bit more dramatic than I was starting to go out with before I started, but it just evolved as I was playing with the colours. I do have to say the colours are very pigmented. They blend beautifully. I did not have to dip in and out of this palette to get the depth of colour that I have, and the shimmer that I used is very pigmented, and I'm really looking forward to trying this green out, which I might try in the next couple of days, and I might do something a little bit softer as well. So that is my first foray into Artist Couture cosmetics. I have to say, first time use, first impressions, I am very happy with this palette. If you enjoyed that guys, please give it a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments below if you would like to see some other eyeshadow looks using this palette. I know it's a neutral palette, but it has a bit more punch and a lot more depth than some of the neutral palettes that I've been using of late. This is going to be perfect for our fall and winter coming up here in New Zealand, and so I'm quite chuffed about that. Please let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see other eyeshadow looks using this palette, and I would be happy to do that. I do hope you are all safe and well, that you're keeping well and not going too nutty in this self-isolation thing that's become the norm of late. And I also hope you have had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later guys. Bye.